I know I was wearing this shirt the other day in my Five Nights at Freddy's video. I did laundry immediately after that video, and I happened to like this shirt, so we ran it back. So fuck off. The MCU's been getting a lot of flack recently. Is the Marvel Cinematic Universe in shambles? That might be a bit of an exaggeration. I don't know how you make billions of dollars and be in shambles. I can tell you that this phase that they're currently in, and I don't know if we're 2 phases or 1 phase past Endgame. I can tell you what we're currently in is dog shit. To say in shambles, there's room, to grow. But I think that we've ran into a bit of a slump. Like a few months ago, there were a lot of accusations and accusations. There were a lot of issues saying that we were in superhero burnout. Too much superhero content that was being given to us on a daily basis. And I would argue that it's not superhero burnout. It's that we've been getting a lot of dog shit superhero content. There's been phenomenal superhero products that has come out in the last couple of years in a bunch of mediums, whether that's movie form, video game form. Spider-Man 2 just came out. I beat that game in a fucking day. Across the Spider-Verse, it was phenomenal. Guardians 3 was phenomenal. The Loki TV show is phenomenal. So I don't think that we're in superhero burnout. I think that we're getting an issue of quantity over quality, and that quantity has been such dog shit in the last couple of years that it's hard for us to accept it. The best way I can kind of explain it right now is that we might be in the phase, if I could do a great analogy for this. The first Avengers movie was when we were dating. Avengers Infinity War and all that cycle, we went through the honeymoon phase. Avengers Infinity War, we got married. Avengers Endgame was the gift. We had a baby. It's the culmination of our relationship. And now we're in that phase where we have to wake up at 4 a.m. and clean shitty diapers. And I've never had a baby, but I can imagine that part's not very fun. Now, after Avengers Endgame, they decided to move to a format of doing Disney Plus shows. That sounds like a great idea when it was originally announced. And I believe that the first Disney Plus show was either WandaVision or Loki. WandaVision was certainly wacky and weird. It wasn't fantastic, but I understand where it got its fans from. Loki season 1 was phenomenal. The Falcon and Winter Soldier show was all right. And then you started getting into projects like Moon Knight, which wasn't as good as we wanted it to be. She-Hulk, which I never watched it, but I heard it's not very good. The Marvels project, I heard that wasn't great. The Marvels movie just came out. What movie am I talking? The show. It's I don't fucking know. But on the other hand, you have Marvel buying Fox, so that means we know the X-Men's on the way. They announced the Fantastic Four. Tom Holland signs back on to do another Spider-Man movie. At least it's been reported that he has, even though he goes on constant interviews and says that he doesn't really want to be Spider-Man anymore. It's kind of being leaned towards that he's the guy for Marvel for the future, which is great. Spider-Man No Way Home hit. That smacked after Endgame, made billions of dollars. Remember how excited we all were for that? And it was a phenomenal movie. And it set up a fantastic multiversal saga, or we kept getting not great TV shows, and then the movies that were coming out we weren't super ecstatic about. Doctor Strange 2 has kind of its following, but it didn't exactly live up to the hype that we were hoping for. And then the Thor movie was not very good. So now we're in this world where we have a lot of not good TV shows. The movies that are coming out are not great. And now we're just in a whole world of superhero, not great shit. But on the flip side, we keep hearing from leakers and what they have announced, that there are great projects on the way. Deadpool 3, the X-Men just got bought, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man 4, Avengers Kang Dynasty, and Avengers Infinity War, or Avengers Secret Wars. And we just have to get through that slump of shit and get to it. But now, because we're going through this slump of shit, Marvel it seems to be a little nervous. Disney seems to not like where the profits are going, which makes sense because they've released a bunch of shit, which means it's going to sell like shit. Now, what do I mean by Marvel seems to be freaking out a little bit? There's been today a lot of rumblings that they're thinking of moving away from Kane completely and just going to Doctor Doom. They are thinking about bringing back all the old Avengers and making another Avengers movie. And they are thinking about and like Blade is all fucked up or something like that. Here's what we kind of know. We know that a lot of the old Avengers are probably coming back for Secret Wars. The Spider-Man are probably coming back for Secret Wars. This is going to be like a big send-off for a lot of the characters who were here before the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is like the culmination of everything. And then after that, the hopes are we would go into some sort of a soft reboot where hopefully we release like 3 quality projects a year that are similar to like the Batman or something like that. And we really just focus on quality. Then with the whole moving on from Doctor Doom and the Kang thing, that seems why. I understand that Jonathan Majors has had his issues. I thought I read somewhere he was non-guilty, but I could be totally wrong about that. But you've done so long for setting up Kang as this character. It feels like it would be very easy just to recast him. I don't know why we don't just do if the sole issue is literally just Jonathan Majors as Kang. We could literally just recast him. There are multiversal variants. It would be easily done. From what I've heard, it might not be because of Jonathan Majors. It just might be because Kang and Ant-Man and the Wasp 3 or Ant-Man 3, it didn't perform well. I don't know what to tell. Make a fucking better movie. I thought the movie was fine. A lot of people didn't. It was a CGI mess. You want them. And by the way, building up your new big bad and having him get his ass kicked by Ant-Man, probably not the best fucking choice. That's just me. As far as like moving on to Doctor Doom, I love Doctor Doom. Save him after. You have to have conflicts for after. Introduce him in Secret Wars and then, or in Fantastic Four and move on. Is Marvel in shambles? Are they going to die? No, they just have to get to what we want to see and stop giving us shit that we don't want to see. Loki season 2 is phenomenal. Make that. Have the writers of this show write Secret Wars. It's really simple. I don't understand. I don't get it. Bringing back all the old Avengers to replace all the new characters. Well, don't do that. Just bring them back for Secret Wars so we can say hello to them again before we say goodbye forever. Just do that. Simple. Maybe introducing 50 new superheroes in a single phase wasn't the smartest fucking move on the planet. There's a great story to tell here with the multiversal shit. You just have to capitalize on it and land the plane and not freak out. If you're freaked out about profits, well, stop releasing bad shows. Start releasing the things that we want to see. I understand that the writer's strike is a thing. But you're going to be okay. If you just release quality and not as much quantity, you're going to make money. Spider-Man 2, the video game, was announced like 3 years ago. Now it's all over my TikTok feed. So that's where we are at with Marvel. I'm glad I'm finding videos to talk shit on. This is fun. Are they in shambles? No, they're in a slump right now. What they need to do, and what we should hope that they don't do, is overreact. We just have to get to what we want to see. But again, nothing happens until this writer strikes concludes itself. So let's not all fucking lose our minds just yet. Peace.